Oh, hello, everyone there. What's up? Welcome. Thanks for joining me. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Let me know if you can hear me. Um, Let me know if everything's working. Just chime in the chat, rather. Hopefully, this is okay. Just let me know. I'm gonna turn off my furnace because it's being ridiculous right now. Oh, cool. Good to hear, Andre. So, I don't know how many of you are familiar with the 500 sketch challenge I've done before, but I thought I would actually grab some of my old stuff to show you. So, basically, what I try to do a couple times a year is finish 500 sheets of paper. So, yes, this is just printer paper. So, this is what I complete in a month. I'm a little bit behind, and I thought, let me just draw a little bit and see if I can catch up. I'm just gonna be drawing some robots, monsters, that kind of thing. But if you haven't before, these are just some of the pages that I've been able to archive. I believe this is the first challenge I did because I was including like warm-up pages in there, but lately I've just been doing actual stuff instead. But it's a good way to kind of get a lot of progress in a very short period of time. So yeah, again, if you're not familiar, this is my challenge for January. So I'm just going to be doing a few sketches. Unfortunately, I didn't grab my stack from this month so far, but if you've been following me on my Instagram, you can find some of what I've done there. So if you have any questions, suggestions, all that good stuff, feel free to drop them. But I'm just going to focus on kind of what I want to do today, which is robots, illustration type stuff, maybe some houses, I don't know, spaceships, that kind of thing. So yeah, we're just hanging out. Let me actually post this link to my YouTube. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Streamception. We just had Streamception. My bad. Anyhow, how's everyone doing on this Friday? Everyone good? What are you up to? Working? Are you guys at CES? Are you students? Yeah, what's happening? Just getting this on Twitter. There. Am I sketching droids today? Sure. Yeah, just robots, whatever I feel like, basically. So, and you can ask me questions about anything, life, career. Probably not so much on technique, as long as it. As long as it relates to what we're doing today, that's totally fine. But I'm just gonna warm up real quick. It's been a hell of a week, though. I'll tell you what. Just with all the drama around my Facebook page and losing that. Yeah, it was pretty wild. So I'm just gonna warm up here. I wish I could play music during the stream, but they're so heavy-handed with copyright stuff that it's really hard for me to do that without like running into problems. So yeah. Well, all right. Touch my printer there. This is a pretty small studio. I'm going to do a studio tour at some point and show you guys what I'm talking about. I'm also playing with being able to switch the camera, so hopefully this works out. Let's see. Okay, there's my tummy. And see if this works. Maybe give you a little different angle here on what I'm doing, although it's kind of blown out. I look like Virgil Abloh. The only thing common between me and Virgil are we're both black. He's like probably over 6 feet tall and very slender. I'm a thick boy. A thick boy. All right, that kind of works. Hello from Manila. I was about to sleep, then I saw your Instagram story. Oh, hey, welcome. Appreciate you joining. That's crazy. It's crazy we live in a time where like I can broadcast from halfway across the world and you guys can see it. Like that's pretty wild. Since this is a warm-up, I'm just going to use the same paper, but I do try to do this every time I draw, and just helps your muscles stay fresh. If you don't keep up on your skills, they go downhill pretty fast. So for example, I work out every day, and if you don't like keep up on your cardio and your weights, like let's say you take a couple weeks off and then you go back, it's amazing how much strength and capability and flexibility you lose if you're not keeping up on it. Hello from Kirkcaldy, Scotland. Hello. What's up, Jim? Sethi Kumar. Have I been to CES? Yes, I've been to CES enough times for a lifetime, so I try not to go lately unless I have a client there or some potential business opportunity. But for the most part, CS is kind of also ran for me, meaning it's like you just see so much of the same stuff all the time. Oh, what's up, Ryan? Hello from South Africa. Are you the one I'm playing in chess right now? I don't know people's real names, but I play chess online as well. So if you guys want to play me, I'm just on chess.com. My username is Snugja, Snugja. Okay, that one I completely bungled, but just part of the warm up here. I'll post this link in the channel or my username chess.com. I am Snugja, and then recently I started a Patreon as well. So if you guys are interested in that, I'm still refining the rewards levels, but there's a couple things I'm thinking. Like, I'm probably going to offer like a level where every month, well, not probably going to offer. So the basic level, every month I'll just scan all the sketches I did for that month and just upload them as a zip file to a link for you guys to download if you're interested. So that's something that's going to happen for sure. Maybe I should switch this camera so you can see my face if I want to talk. Thanks for bearing with me in this grand experiment. I'm just having fun. Hopefully you guys are too. But yeah, we're let's see. Okay, there we go. It's gonna be hard to see you at the same time, but let's see. There we go. Okay, so now I can switch. So we had a question: is professional drawing dead? No, I don't think it's dead at the professional level. I just think it's changed or is changing. Like there's always going to be a place for sketching, so it's just the type of sketching might change, and that's something that I'm aware of. But I think the ability to quickly visualize stuff is just always going to be important. Oh yeah, those enamel pins would be cool. That's a good idea. All right, so I'm just going to start drawing. Enough talking. Probably losing a bunch of you guys. So feel free to give me any prompts. So if you have ideas for robots or whatever, I'm just going to start. I had an idea this morning that I kind of wanted to sketch up. So I'll just start with that real quick. And the thing with ideas is like you never quite know how it's gonna turn out until you actually do it. This is a common kind of base for a robot that I like to do, but I had this idea for maybe someone or something driving it. 3-point perspective car sketch. Hey, Suthi. Yeah, I saw your comment earlier today. And no, I'm not really going to try and do any cars right now. But there's some great books. There is How to Draw by Scott Robertson that kind of goes over a few things. There's also How to Render. I believe he has a book specifically on cars. So if that's something you're interested in, you can always go there. So if you missed my video on the Scribble Method, that's kind of what I'm doing right now. So I'm just scribbling with this gray marker, and then I'll come back over with like a brush pen, and then that way I can refine this as I go. And I want to put someone in here driving this thing or controlling it. So I'm just gonna kind of mock up a little humanoid. It might be a robot controlling the robot. I don't know yet. But yeah. Let's see. Is it being replaced for digital sketching? No, I mean, it's a good question. Like, and I get that question quite a bit. I'm actually going to move this leg. I get that question quite a bit. Like, oh, should I buy an iPad? Should I buy a Wacom tablet? Should I, spend money on these things? And I always tell people, if you're not good at drawing, like getting a tablet's not gonna all of a sudden make you good. So if that's your like reasoning for it, then I would say no. But if you're just looking to diversify your tool set or introduce some new things into your workflow, then yeah, tablet can be great. But it's better to, I think, sketch on paper than it's better to sketch on paper, save the money, than like plop down tons of money on something that may or may not work for you. So I can't find my brush pen, so I'm gonna open up this new brush pen. I've been really into these, and they're not sponsoring me by the way. Like, I'm not sponsored by anyone. So if you're wondering, hey, what's Spencer's deal? What's he doing? Like, I'm not sponsored. If you want to sponsor me, cool. But yeah, I'm not. Why is this still playing sound? Can I mute this? Actually, let me just close my mail client because it's the morning and we're going to be getting lots of emails from people. So, all right, there we go. Oh, Cristobal, you have an iPad already. Cool. That's awesome. I mean, I love my iPad. I was one of the first designers to kind of get one and embrace it. I was excited because I used Wacom for a long time, and then I don't know, some things were just really frustrating about it. So like, for example, how hot something gets as you have to hold it is a factor that I consider. So like even something like a Surface Pro, when it had, or Surface Pro 4, I think, but it had like fans and stuff, and I wasn't a huge fan of it, no pun intended. So I think just being able to kind of work freely and just allowing like me as an artist or creative to kind of do what I want the way I want to do it. And that's the whole point of flexibility. And that's what I like about the iPad. Plus, battery life's ridiculously good. My new one's been giving me a little bit of grief. There's this weird charging thing it's doing right now. But other than that, it's fine. Let's see. I'm just going to check the chat here real quick. Thanks for all the comments and questions, and thanks for being here. I know everyone's busy, and I'm busy too, so I appreciate you hanging out. My kids are at school, so I figured, I'll just live stream a little bit today. Hello, Oscar. What's up? Cristobal says, I was thinking on your skills with Copic markers. I thought if I had to learn this or continue with the digital. You can continue with digital. I mean, part of the reason I'm doing this again is, not everyone has access to those digital tools, but the techniques apply. So as long as you're translating those techniques, I think you're fine. So it's just, if you're just starting out, it's I think to your detriment to not understand how to draw on paper, right? But that's just me. Now, is paper the most environmentally conscious thing? I don't know, probably not. But you can also be responsible and recycle. I've been actually looking into, hey, I wonder if I can compost paper, and how would I go about doing that, So anyhow, again, this technique is just kind of blocking in things with the gray marker, and then as I go, I can pull out details where I want, just working light until I get it right, so to speak. Hopefully you guys saw the latest video I posted. If not, that's cool, but I did a scuba goggle thing. I don't know what you call it exactly, but someone had a question about that, so I was like, oh, maybe I'll sketch that up and answer some questions there. So I do appreciate the questions, suggestions. You can always search my video library. I'm posting 3 to 4 times a week now. I'm kind of getting in my groove. So again, thanks for the support. And yeah, any questions you have, anything's on the table, personal or otherwise, I'll try to answer that. One request, if time permits, teach how you clean up your sketches in Photoshop. I can't do that today because I'd have to tear down the whole thing and redo my setup. So we'll just have to, table that. Or if you want, you can send me a message to remind me, and I'll see if I can do that. Let's see. Have you utilized Fiverr at all in your career? Thought it might be an environment to get real projects to work on, maybe get paid. My issue with Fiverr is pricing. So you want to, I'm going to give a shout out to Chris Doe at The Future. I don't know if you've seen him, but he has some good videos on pricing, like, oh, how much should I charge for my work? And if you use things like Fiverr or do free work for people or just charge too little, you'll find that it devalues your work. It sets you up, puts you in a mentality to just kind of take anything. And that's not to say that, sometimes in my career I've not done that, because I have, because you have to. But I would say just make sure that if you are using something like that, Fiverr or other services, that you are pricing things in a way that allows you to actually have respect and representation of your value in a monetary sense, because you really just don't want to undervalue yourself too much, I think. But that's me. Any of you guys have any experience with Fiverr? Is that good? Do you like using it? What do you think? All right, I'm just going to fudge the back leg here a little bit. So sometimes when I'm doing these sketches, actually, if you've ever been to one of my workshops in real life, talk about this concept of breaking rules. So like a magician, if you're sketching something and it spans a whole page, you can sometimes modify things front to back, like these legs aren't all the same, and I know that. But I'll do my best to kind of achieve some parity here. But at the same time, you can kind of fudge things as you go, if need be. All right, my bad. Camera went to sleep. There we go. So I am using, just for informational purposes, I'm using a Canon M50. I recently upgraded my cameras. I'm saving up for a better camera. We're trying to, but one of the things that's annoying is it does tend to go to sleep after a bit of time. So that's something I have to kind of pay attention to. CCA San Francisco. Oh, hey, Jim. Cool. I am terrible with names, by the way. So if you're like, oh man, Spencer didn't remember my name, I meet a lot of people. So it's not that I don't want to remember your names. It's just really hard. Like really, really hard. Glasses are so hard. Foreshortening is killer. Yeah, it can be hard for sure. Let me get rid of this thing right here. So yeah, like I was saying, I'm using a, okay, there we go. Now it's set to manual. I'm using a Canon M50. So this should go away in just a sec. But it is, it's not really a video camera. It's like a micro four thirds. Is that not going away? It's like a micro four thirds camera. So it's, let's see. Okay, hopefully this goes away in a minute, but not really optimized for video, I will say. So I am saving up for something better, and hopefully, again, with all your support, I can do that and, you know, make that dream come true. So we'll see. See, transportation design, full detail, reference book. Okay, I get that you're interested in transportation, and Google is your friend. So check that out because there's tons of resources. But I do have a few videos on my channel as well. But today I'm just doing what I want. I want to sketch some robots. And I woke up and I was like, robots, monsters, spaceships. That's what we're doing. So I'm going to do a few pages of these for the 500 challenge. So again, if you're not familiar with that challenge, I'm trying to finish 500 pages in a month. I did post a link in the description, so if you want to check that out, go check it out. I have also put together a poster of the last challenge. I'll probably do the same for this one, maybe a little different arrangement or configuration, but the idea is, you know, if I practice consistently, then you know, I can tell a difference in my skill and abilities as I practice. So that's part of my motivation there. And I'm not great at people, so I'm just gonna fudge this guy a little bit. You can hide a lot of anatomical stuff with scribbles and clothing if you're careful. And then I always say, okay, so this is one of the things that just hit me. When you sketch digitally a lot, you tend to want to like do the things that you can do digitally, but you really can't. So right now I want to zoom in, but I'm not going to be able to. I'm just going to hide the stuff. There we go. I'm not going to be able to zoom in. So I'm like, oh man, I want to zoom in on this guy's face, but I can't, right? So I'm going to give him some him, her, it, they, them, whatever pronouns this character wants to use. Give him some, you know, maybe some wrap as they're traveling through the desert. Some straps here or something on the front. But again, like digitally, yeah, I would be able to zoom in, erase, all that good stuff. But here, not so much. So that's another reason that I think sketching on paper is good, because it forces you to kind of deal with like, oh man, I made a mistake, or you know, how do I make this work? Yeah, maybe it is a Tusken Raider of some sort. I did just watch Star Wars, so I'm sure I'm being influenced somehow by all of that. But first sketch, warm up, little robot guy here. We'll do another one and another. I'll stream for about an hour and a half, and then I've got to get some work done. So hopefully you guys are having a good Friday. But yeah, like I said, check out my website, the store section. That's where you'll find if you want the PDF of that stack of sketches, this stack and the next stack. So this is what I finish in a month. And that's my challenge. That's what I try to do. So this sketch that you see here is going to go into a stack like this. And I'll make that PDF available for you guys. So I'm just going to move this guy off to the side. We'll do another one. Okay, give me some prompts for a robot, like legs or wheels or treads or purpose, whatever. I'm going to do another one here real quick. And I'll do one that you guys kind of prompt me to do. Let's see. I'm going to do one of these guys. So fast. So maybe something of a Metal Gear style robot. I don't know if you guys play that game or have played that game at all, but Chess King robot. I'm not sure what that means. Flying search droid, gumball machine, lizard. All right, I could combine a lizard and a robot. I mean, I could probably do it here. So what if this guy had like a tail that came off like so, and it was like a part reptile. Yeah, it's like, now it's starting to look like something from the movie Alien, but that's okay. So we're just gonna go with it. So we've got some sort of tail here. Yeah, there we go. So that kind of works. We're just having fun. Hopefully you guys are too. Any questions for me at all? Personal, otherwise, life, advice, career? Oh, Dimitri asked, what is my daily routine? How do I budget to make time for kids, multiple art projects? That's a good question. So right now I have this thing where I try to pick 3 small things every day that I want to accomplish. And today my live stream here with you guys is one of those things. And so I committed to that in the morning around 4:30 or 5 when I wake up, and then go to the gym and I take care of the kids. For those who don't know, I'm a single dad, so that's what I do, and I do that full time. Like, I have my kids full time. I don't talk about them a lot here, but because they have their own lives. They actually want to YouTube as well. They're cute, but anyhow, so I try and pick 3 small things every day, and then just commit to that. So that's how I budget time, because when they're here, I try as much as possible to just be there for them, which admittedly sometimes is hard, being a parent and having to work. And by full-time, I mean I have them all the time. I used to be married. I'm divorced, and their mother is elsewhere now. So yeah, that's my life. It happens to the best of us. And that's all I'll say on that that bit of it. I'd probably need a burger and a beer to tell you guys any more than that. All right, so let's do the reptilian arm here, or some sort of arm. And let's get a little chest in. Admittedly, I've only taken like one figure drawing class, and I didn't even finish it. That's a long story. So it's on my list of things. I'm gonna change this leg. It's on my list of things that I want to get good at, but you know, life happens, and sometimes you gotta step away from a thing. So, all right, I'm gonna check the chat here. India time, 11 p.m. Ball-shaped robot like BB-8. Okay, you could do that. But most importantly, I try to do a lot of observational drawing when I can. Okay, it's a reptile that's housed in a robot head somehow. Some sort of combination here. All right, so for the tail, because I want it to feel reptilian somehow, I imagine there would be like a bit of scale or scaling on this, so I'll do that with the brush pen here. And let's see, I'm going to modify this arm just a little bit. Maybe introduce some texture. Genial, gracias, José. Hablo un poquito español, pero es solo la otra idioma que puedo hablar. I like very much the 3 little things a day. Oh, yeah. Back to that question. Yeah, so that's what I try to do. Just pick 3 things that I can do, and focus on that. And that helps me just focus and be a bit more productive. And I don't always hit them, but I'm probably 2 out of 3 on most days. It's a really good feeling when you do, or you are able to hit, all, if not most of those things. But point is just to give yourself some sort of challenge that you can commit to and complete in a day. And if life is busy and you just can't quite get to it, I would say be kind to yourself. Don't, life is stressful enough as it is, so you don't want to overload yourself, I think. So be kind, and if you don't, there we go. If something doesn't go right, you can always try and fix that, or find another way to do it. You might be doing it over, because even in doing something over, like if I were to do this sketch over, for example, there's things I would change about it that are currently weird, but I try to ask myself, okay, what can I learn from this experience or this thing? So I like that, Chris. Oh, hey, Chris, what's up? If something doesn't go right, go left. I like that. Okay, somebody asked for a ball-shaped robot, so I'll do that. I don't want to necessarily copy BB-8 though, so let's see. Maybe I'll do some wheel type thing here. Just figure this out as we go. And every robot needs a friendly face or head, right? So what if this one popped open in half, and on the inside is where we had all this like stuff in here and whatnot. do something like that. So cut out part lines. Couple wheels, like so. Actually, this probably needs to come down. And then we can start to line things up a bit. Every tree needs a friend. Not sure what that means, but HAL 9001 mobile. I like circles for eyes or lenses or whatever on robots, and yeah, I do it a lot, but it's just so easy. And you can, I think, easily just show like that. At least that's where the optical sensors for this thing might be. Like I like doing it, so maybe I should mix it up. Oh, every tree needs a friend. Okay, got it. Bob Ross. I miss Bob. He was inspirational. Maybe not so much in starting what I did, but I certainly remember watching him when I was little, and I was obsessed with the fan brush that he used to do his trees. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I believe Twitch streams Bob Ross if you guys want to check him out. But yeah, I remember being obsessed with that fan brush that he used to use to make those happy little trees that he would do. Let's at least mimic the shape here, some of the details. On this robot. Thanks for the suggestion, by the way. I like this. Being able to just kind of riff off your ideas, super helpful. Because reality is, I can get stuck and live in my own little world. So let's see. Ryan DeClerc says there is a Bob Ross channel on Twitch. I was not aware that it's a specific channel. I just knew they were streaming his stuff, but I didn't know that he had his own channel. So once again, happy Friday. I'm just doing the 500 sketch challenge. I have 3 pages of probably 15 that I need to do today. And judging by the time, I'm not going to complete all 15. I might get through 7 or so today on the stream. But appreciate all the suggestions, comments, well wishes, all that good stuff. So thank you. On this one, maybe we'll color the eye red or blue or something. I can throw some color in. I try not to use my good markers on the printer paper though, as much as I can. So in case you're wondering why I'm not using Copic markers, I'm using these markers that I got from someone to check out called Motica. And I guess they're pretty cheap as far as like being able to, I'm not doing a car sketch today, as much as being able to get a full set for like less than $30, and I can use them on printer paper, and then I don't feel like I'm wasting my nice markers. So that's if you guys want to check them out, cool. Again, they didn't pay me for mentioning that. Just to be clear, I just have made my own observations as I've been kind of using and playing with these. So if you do pick up a set and you like them, let me know. I'm sure they'd like to know as well. So yeah. And if you are interested in the 500 sketches I've done in the past, Again, you can head over to my store. That's probably the best way to support me, honestly, is like just buy my products. I do have the Patreon. The one thing on the Patreon, I shouldn't say this. It's not the one thing I'm excited about. One of the things I'm excited about is I'm going to be doing a monthly 2-hour live stream, probably maybe even longer. I might do it as a 3-hour class, but I'm going to limit it to 10 students, if you will. And that's going to be something I'm starting up soon. So if you are interested, head over there, check it out, sign up. You get a sticker. I'll probably give you like free PDF guides, all that stuff. So figuring it out as I go, but if that's something you're interested in, and then I'm also going to offer outside of that live classes. So, but that's where I'll actually do things like, oh, I'll review your sketches, or hey, let's sketch this together. And you guys will be able to work together and help each other as well. So that's the idea. So if you're looking to brush up on your skills, your company, whatever, hit me up. I also do in-person with corporate and clients. So just let me know if that's something you're interested in. Definitely let me know. Yes, Dimitri, no middlemen on my website. Well, I shouldn't say no. Like I have to use Stripe, and I use Squarespace Commerce right now. So there is some cut, but it's not as. I changed my mind about the blue, by the way. I'm not going to do that after all. So this is why we warm up, so we can, draw things freehand. And yeah, I'm not personally interested in getting perfect at drawing. So if you're wondering why I don't use tools, I think I did a video a couple weeks back about tools and why I don't use them. So if you want to check that out, feel free. But the gist of it is I like the challenge personally. And like I said, I'm not interested in getting perfect sketches. I think when you use tools, it's really hard to distinguish, if you will, the soul of that sketch. And I don't know, it just kind of looks like everything else. So even in apps, I don't typically use. Sorry about the camera. But if it cuts out, just let me know. It's weird because this other one I have isn't cutting out at all. So I have no idea what's going on. Anyhow, which apps beside Procreate and Concepts am I using? I'm not currently using Concepts. I tried it out for a hot minute, but I use Procreate, Fresco, and then if I'm on my desktop, obviously Photoshop. I've been using Premiere a lot, learning After Effects, Audition as well for audio production. But as far as like sketching and visual output, it's Photoshop, Illustrator, Procreate, and Adobe Fresco. And no, I don't have a contract with Adobe for Fresco. I just like some of the tools in there. So someone commented a while back, did your contract with Fresco end? I was like, what are you talking about? I don't have a contract. I just use what I like. Like I won't promote a product, even if someone was like, hey, which I've had lots of people come by. I shouldn't say come by, but contact me. And they're like, hey, will you promote my magic sponge that does XYZ? I'm like, no, I won't, because that has nothing to do with what I do. And I'm going to switch cameras here for a sec. That has nothing to do with what I do. And okay, now we're in focus. Zoom out a little bit. Has nothing to do with what I do. And if I don't believe in something, I won't promote it at all. So Most innovative product design I liked in 2019. That's a tough question because there's a lot of products. I like what I like. I like my coffee mug. I just got it, and it works great. It's insulated, so I don't know. I don't know how to answer that one. Jellyfish attack spaceship. What do you mean by that? Tell me a little bit more. It sounds interesting. I'm gonna look back and see what else you guys suggested here. Oh, that's the second time you suggested. Okay, so I'll do that one. Chess King Robot. Chess King Robot. Flying Search Droid. Okay, so Ryan made 2 suggestions, so let me know. Let's see. What am I saving up for, Dimitri? Oh, I'm saving up for a Nikon Z6. I have a D, is it D800? I like photography as well, so I do that in my spare time. But very limited spare time, mostly just pictures of kids and places I go. Jellyfish attack a spaceship. That sounds interesting. I'm trying to think of how I might do that. Maybe, so jellyfish looks something like, okay, you guys aren't seeing this, but I'll switch back here in just a minute. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Okay, attack spaceship with the design inspiration using a jellyfish. Oh, okay. All right, cool. Let me switch over here. Okay, cool. Nurse robot. Anyhow, again, if you're just joining, I am tackling my 500 page challenge. Yeah, so jellyfish looks something like that, right? Kind of. What if there are, let's see, jellyfish attack a spaceship with a design inspiration using a jellyfish. Okay. So maybe it's more like a jellyfish squid. But there'd probably be 2 layers to it because there's going to be some translucency, right? And then I think having like, I'm running out of paper here, so maybe we'll shorten this up. Okay, that's a little bit better. And then we can have, so it's maybe more like a jellyfish slash squid ship, but we'll sketch it up nonetheless. And again, using that light till you get it right method, just kind of what I like to use. So yeah, I'm gonna do 2 layers. So maybe there's like a protective layer here on the outside, and this is kind of the engine slash backside here, and we can maybe have some components or some stuff on the outside, like so. Keep it kind of, yeah, like that. So building up a little bit of texture here, something steampunk related. I've never actually tried sketching anything steampunk, so you say that and I'm like, oh shoot, could I even do that? I don't know. I'll have to see, but I like this so far, and I don't know what all this stuff is. I'm just suggesting maybe the fuselage here is made up of like many tiny metallic elements or something. I don't know, but using that as inspiration. And then on the inside, we're gonna have like, maybe some metal paneling, depending on the size of the ship too, like where the cockpit might be is also something you could consider, but I'm just going to keep it maybe a little bit abstract here. Maybe this one in the background is like another one of these ships. It's just like taking off. Maybe another one here that we can do. Do you ever like make sound effects when you guys draw? Because I do it all the time. Like pew pew. Oh man. I'm gonna top off here. Hey, happy Friday. We're just having fun. Once again, I know I've done this a few times, but this is part of the 500 page challenge. So I'm trying to finish about this much paper this month, which is about 15 to 17 pages a day. So each of these folds here is a day that I had completed. So that one is the first challenge. And then this one, gears are hard to draw. And this one is volume 2, which exists in poster form. But as you can see, let's see here. It's so hard to manage this. Here we go. This is why I scan it, but 500 pages in a month. And usually when I start out, things are kind of rough. And then it's amazing to see how like consistently practicing over time can help you. Like you can just see the difference, right? If you track what you're doing. And like I freestyle rapped in my YouTube video today, if you don't track, you don't know. And if you don't know, how can you grow? Right? So that's part of why I do this every year, at least a couple times. I'll probably do it again in March for March of Robots. So that's going to be coming up as well. So get ready. I don't know if you guys do Inktober at all. That's something I do as well. Okay, so let's do this little kind of tech organic fuselage. And I'm just going to kind of freestyle here, but the idea is just to create this impression that this thing is made up of lots of parts. And you can see how the gray marker is kind of helping me here, and I can pull out and define this as I go with whatever I want. Did you guys ever watch Silverhawks growing up? This reminds me of Silverhawks a little bit, or The Matrix, or Jason the Wheel Warriors, that kind of thing. So I don't know if any of you know what I'm talking about, but let me know if you do. What's up, Mighty Eye? Welcome. Hello. I am curious though, what is everyone's background? So a long time ago, I started idsketching.com, which is where Sketchaday came from. There's a story there, but basically just I needed to pivot the brand a little bit. So I did Sketchaday, but I'm curious what you guys do. Are you students, professionals? Are you industrial designers, illustrators, graphic design, engineering? You just like watching random people draw things? Like what's your background? Okay. You teach Sip and Paint, the Tipsy Red Fox. I'm hoping that website's okay. I'm going to hit show, so you'll be able to see that. Thundercats and He-Man. Yes. He-Man is awesome. Thundercats is awesome, too. For sure. Local to Kansas City. I actually live in Utah, which I know is weird. Well, I shouldn't say it's weird. There's just not a lot of black people in Utah. Someone said I look like Virgil Abloh earlier. I'm like, I don't look like Virgil. If you don't know who that is, that's the chief creative guy at I think Louis Vuitton. Anyhow, but yeah, there's not a lot of black people here. So why am I here? Kind of ended up here after I was in California. I've got some family here. My ex and my kids have family here. So part of it is, just being close to family. But, it's not so bad. And I like to tell myself diversity begins somewhere. So no matter where you are, you can make a contribution. So I'm trying to make my contribution, if you will. I guess this is maybe more of a robot, but could be, maybe it's a space droid or space drone. Sorry. Now let's see, 3D animation, game design, lecturer. Oh, awesome. We've got Mighty Eyes from Dallas, lives in the Bay. Freelance graphic designer trying to improve. Okay. We've got mechanical engineer preparing for masters in industrial design, which is cool. So I just had to refresh my camera there because I know it's gonna wig out on us if we don't take care of that. That's cool. Okay, good to know. Because I honestly wonder, like, who is actually watching sometimes. So good to know. And yeah, just trying to grow the channel. This is what I do full time now. I'm hoping to create some time to do other things, but also hoping to, be able to turn this into something. It gives me the ultimate flexibility for being a full-time single dad for my kids. So I definitely appreciate the support, monetary or otherwise, that you guys have given. I'm not going to stop doing what I do. So here's to believing in yourself and making something happen. But yeah, this is what I do. I used to work in the smart home industry for a bit. Learned a lot being in the corporate world for sure. And ever since I left, I've had opportunities or questions about, hey, you want to come work with me, work with us, whatever. But one of the hard things with working for someone else is you don't quite have creative freedom in what you do, because ultimately you are making someone else's product, right? So creative freedom, ownership, latitude, being able to express things, those are things that I value personally. And so I have to find ways to make space for that in my life. So doing this certainly gives me that. And I get to meet cool people like you guys. I get to travel. So definitely for me, I think this is like the best thing I can do right now, is do my own thing. Anyhow, I was doing that for about a little over 5 years, and then recently just decided, you know what, I need to do my own thing for a bit. So here we are. All right, maybe we'll play some blue on this one. Let's see. Oh, Dimitri grew up in foster care. It's been helpful catching up on skills. Miss moving around a bit. Yes. I have a friend. Actually, I had a lunch with a friend yesterday, and she was telling me about growing up in foster care, and I had no idea what that was like. So, props to you, man. Like, it can kind of be a crapshoot with where you end up and who you get and all of that. But yeah, props to you, man. Much love, for real. I mean that. All right, you know what? I'm going to say this is some sort of nebulous kind of thing. Like, it's just a container for some stuff. Like, these aliens or creatures just live in this fluid inside this jellyfish ship. I hate using my Copic marker on this, but I am having fun. So it makes it. And thanks so much for the suggestion. Like, this was really cool. Yeah, so maybe the creatures live in this like thing. Yeah, I know it's kind of looking like a sentinel. I picked up on that. So yeah, maybe they live in here. That's where they kind of chill and hang out. And we don't really know how it works, but that's okay. And I just want to add a little bit of difference in value. I can't find my like 30% grade. Oh wait, might be in my pocket here. No, it's like one. Here we go. So let's use this. So now we can add a little bit of shadowing where we need to. Refresh my camera. Yeah, I really need to get a different camera if I'm gonna do the streaming thing. Okay, question for you guys. I'm curious. Let me know when you're ready. All right. So, do you prefer like what's a good length of video for you guys? So that's the first question. And then, do you prefer being able to live stream and ask questions, or do you like being able to watch on your own and just kind of follow along? Because there's a few options I've been considering as well. So one thing you can do on YouTube is you can do premieres. So I could say premiere a video, and then you guys could watch it with me, for example. So that's an option. Or I could keep doing what I'm doing, or I could just switch to doing 2 or 3 live videos a week. The thing with live videos is they're going to be like an hour plus long. So some of you may like that. Some of you might be like, yo, I don't have time for that. So I'm just curious what works best for everyone. And obviously I can't make everyone happy. So just doing a little informal research here. So appreciate you answering that if you do. Okay, this is getting crazy now, but I'm having fun. Thanks so much for the suggestion. This is cool. Okay, so having flexibility to join whenever schedule allows. We got 1 vote for that. I mean, I could always do a combination, like I do like doing the live videos because I get to talk to you and get to know a little bit about you. So I do appreciate that. But I'm also trying to grow the channel, get views, which I know it's not necessarily about views from your perspective, but that certainly does help with like exposure. So if you have friends who like this stuff, be sure to share it with them. Definitely subscribe, turn on alerts, all that good stuff. So super helpful. But as always, I do sincerely appreciate the support that you guys have given me, especially this week. This week was just horrendous. Like I was physically ill that day that my page got taken over, and it was not good. So I definitely appreciate it. And there were so many people that were sending messages of encouragement, and it's hard not to feel despair when something you've worked on so hard is just kind of gone. So definitely appreciate it. Okay, maybe the creatures inside are frogs or goldfish. More details to the creatures inside. I don't really want to, and I'll tell you why. So with a sketch, you kind of have to pick. I don't know if you do photography at all, but when you have a focus or something, when something's in focus and the rest of it's not. So I'm trying to kind of balance where the emphasis is, and there's a lot going on right here in this ship. So I probably wouldn't add the detail, and it's so small that I wouldn't necessarily want to kind of go there. But these guys in the background, and so for example, like here in the background, I'm shading in, or not shading, but adding a little bit of line work to this guy. And as I do this, I'm trying to be somewhat judicious with the lines because it's in the background and I don't want it to overpower, just rather complement the main sketch. So that's what I mean. You kind of have to pick what's emphasized, and even with the line weight, you can kind of set up that focus in your sketch. So kind of this area here, the line weight with the tone, shadow, and so forth. So that's why. Plus, if I really wanted to do that, I could always, do another sketch that maybe has a different point of view or perspective that's a bit more zoomed in. So So yeah, hopefully you guys are having as much fun as I am, because this is such a cool suggestion. Thank you so much. But again, if you join my Patreon, what all the sketches I do every month, and then kind of release those in a zip file or pack, and you'll be able to have those high resolution 300 DPI sketches for yourself. Okay, love the current format. Cool to see you take a challenge. Such cool stuff. Oh, thank you. All right, let's see, 11:12 my time. So I've got time for like one more sketch here. So we'll probably hit 5. But yeah, if you guys have any suggestions, I saw something about a goldfish for the creatures on the inside. Q&A live stream for about an hour. Okay, cool. Yeah, you guys can ask me any questions at all. I've seen a few requests that I've said no to. Like, I didn't want to do cars today, so I'm not going to do that. But in the meantime, I'll just sketch a quick monster here. Army tank with a snail. Ryan with the suggestions. Okay, so snails, they have kind of a shell. All right, so I'm going to start with a circle like that. And then, let's see, snail comes out of the front, like so. All right, so this was snail shell. And then we need weapons of some sort. And does this tank have people inside? No people inside? Not quite sure, but let's say instead of the head of the snail, we had some treads coming out here. And we'll probably need another tread on the side, like so. I'm gonna make that a little rounder right there. It's an AI tank. Okay, cool. This is an interesting request. I'll tell you what. Okay. But maybe maybe the door for the tank is on the side instead of the top. There's probably a reason it's on the top, but I really don't care right now. I'm just gonna have fun. So maybe this is a door. We've got a hinge. So, and yeah, I kind of like that. It's weird, but we're gonna roll with it. And yeah, we need some sort of cannon, I assume. Now it's like a metal slug snail tank thing. I don't know how many of you have played the game. I love that game. Like, I used to be completely and utterly obsessed. Like, you guys don't even know. It was bad. All right, I'm gonna keep this one quick. No, like, color or crazy stuff. And I may use my Sharpie just because I know it's gonna be faster than the brush pen for this one. What kind of beverage? It is coffee. I forgot. I think it might be an Ethiopian bean. Oh, but it's good. It's so good. I needed to wake up this morning, so that's why the stream was a little bit late. I was like, I need some coffee before I start, or I'm going to fall asleep. Okay, cool. Yes, Metal Slug was amazing, is amazing. Love that game. So good. But yeah, we're going to go fast here. I'm using a Sharpie. If you don't know what that is, it's just this pen right here. And I shout out to, if Ricky's watching, I don't know if he is, but I have a friend who used to work for the company, and he got me a ton of them. So shout out to him. I like using them when they're brand new. So they're good for about, I don't know how many pages exactly, but once this tip, so right now it's brand new, really sharp. But once that tip like goes down any bit, I'm just like, nope, I'm out. goodbye. And I get a new pen. Which I probably shouldn't do because environment and all that, but YOLO. All right, I just want to put this little stamping on the side. Maybe it's reinforced or something, you know. So here's an example of deciding where to put line weight so that you can create the perception of depth, because I can add a secondary line in here now, like so, like so, like so. And that's gonna, it's not perfect, but it's gonna help me communicate that there's some depth to that spot. So we are sketching a tank inspired by a snail, or crossed over with a snail. That was Ryan's suggestion. So thank you for the suggestion. Next time, if you want, just go ahead and suggest something quicker than Ryan, I guess, and I'll maybe do it. But I'm just making this one just a nice quick sketch. So that I'll have time for another one. All right. Just like that. And let's get our main tread in. I want this one to be like a weird, funky shape, just because it's coming out of the front here. Yeah, I really wish I could play music, but if you missed the beginning of the stream, I was explaining that because of copyright, if I play any sound that can be claimed by anyone, they'll like basically remove the video. So it's a big risk, especially when you put a lot of time and effort into things, you know. So that's why I'm trying to not upset the YouTube gods, so to speak. I do not have my own platform. Maybe one day. You never know. All right, just a sec. I'm going to check the chat here, see how you guys are doing. But yeah, good to know that you like the live streams. I like them personally too because I don't have to script anything or really like think a ton. We can just hang out. And I can answer questions and whatnot. All right, so we got our little door here that flips out. It is a snail tank, so my part lines, I know, I totally bungled that area, but it's okay. I kind of want this to feel like maybe it's mimicking the lines you might see in a snail shell or something. So we'll just roll with that, and I'll make some changes here. Kind of fix this up. All right. Let's see. What kind of beverage, blah, blah. What's the difference between product and industrial designer? That's a good question. I actually don't like the term product designer because it's non-specific. It's the same with UX designer. I think it's also a non-specific term that largely, it's like encapsulating something that we all are as designers. because if you're not designing for someone, what are you doing? You're making art. So we're all user experience designers. Specifically, some of us deliver products in a digital sense. So then you're a UI designer with a UI tank based on Snail. Okay, one last sketch. We got 7 minutes. So start throwing out some stuff. Robots, spaceship, monsters. You tell me. That's true, Dimitri. Even my I should do it behind the scenes, but yes, I like half and half. I should do it behind the scenes, but and that's going to be part of the Patreon as well. You'll see the behind the scenes videos. I'm getting ready to do stuff. I can listen to no copyright sounds music. Where? NCS, no copyright sounds. Okay, I'll have to do that next time. Anyhow, so when I do my YouTube videos, I'll literally just be like, okay, what am I thinking of today? Has anyone... Ooh, Toilet Monster. Has anyone... That's a good one. Okay, we'll do Toilet Monster. Has anyone requested anything? I'll go through comments, messages, all of that good stuff, and then I will just go with what I feel like doing. So I don't I don't script anything out. In fact, there is a video I want to do that I have scripted, but it's just so it takes kind of the joy out of it. It's necessary. I'm gonna compare Procreate with a couple other apps. And I want to do some like side-by-side shots and detail things, and I have After Effects flows, and it's going to be insane. But that being said, it's much easier to just keep it real and just roll with it. All right, so we're doing a toilet monster. Toilet monster. Okay. How about a monster coming out of the toilet? How about that? So, I mean, I don't sketch toilets a lot, so I'm trying to think of what they look like. Something like this, and then you've got the tank, right? Something like that. I guess the tank's a little bit away from the bowl, and maybe the lid's coming up a little bit. And what if we had this like weird monster thing that was coming up out of the toilet? This is really weird. Dimitri, what did you eat last night? Because holy cow. All right, does this monster, is it friendly or is it like scary? Oh, thanks, Jordan. The joy was real. Yes, I'm so happy. Like when I was working corporate, you know, the pay was good, consistent, all of that. I'm not making a lot of money right now, to be clear. But, oh, angry. Okay. Angry, scary. All right. So that means we need some sort of forehead here. How many eyes does this thing have? I play this game with my kids, by the way, where we'll do the monster game or the scribble game. I'll just do a scribble. Maybe I should have you guys do that. Do some scribbles and send them to me. And then we'll do like a live video where I turn your scribbles into like something real. That'll be fun. Good night, Senti Kumar. I will do a car in 3-point perspective, but I just didn't want to do one today. So maybe I'll do a car design live stream at some point. 8 spider-like. Okay. Bushy eyebrows. Oh, man. Okay, so it's got bushy eyebrows. And has 8 spider-like eyes. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to cheat and do another one. Well, maybe these are just spots. Okay. What else does it have? One big and you go for it eyes. Well, I already did the spider-like. And then you guys said angry. So it probably needs like some teeth or something. I think. Right? But yeah, I'm having fun. I don't know where this path leads for me, honestly. So every day is like a new adventure. And again, I appreciate all the support, but we'll see how it goes. Big Fangs. Let's see. 42 eyes. Oh man. For the last 5 minutes though, if there's something you want to see in a future video, feel free to just throw that in chat, or better yet, put it in the comments below. I'm not sure if chat is the same as comments, but put it in the comments, and that way I'll be able to at least see kind of what you want to see. We know Sethi Kumar wants to see a car in 3-point perspective. Future video mermaid. I have done a mermaid. I did a mermaid for the daughter of someone I was seeing for a minute. So I could look into doing that. I don't know how this thing got out of the toilet because it's like, you know, ridiculous. It's probably going to be some puddle on the ground though, right? Our comments turned on. They should be. So once the video posts, or you can, you know, I let's see, what's the best way? Facebook, Instagram, email, whatever. I just try to be everywhere. I just downloaded Discord as well, so I'm gonna see what that's all about. I know someone suggested that a while back. So I think toilets have this like weird S-shaped drain thing, so I'll make sure to capture that. You guys have the best suggestions. Like, I would never have thought of this. So we'll definitely do this again at some point. There's maybe a little window or something, corner of the room. Motorcycle. Okay, I could do that. Radioactive poop. Oh man, you're gonna get my video banned. YouTube's like, they're stressing me out right now, man. Stressing me out with their rules and stuff. Wait, I think I did this the wrong way. My bad. We'll fix it though. And definitely with some pen, you'll see this will start to kind of come together. All right, let's see. I'm gonna join your server right away. Yeah, I think the server's called Sketch-A-Day. I don't know what the implications of that are, but I'm trying to figure it out. So bear with me. I can't promise that I'll always be there and respond and all that, but you guys can certainly interact together, and I'll keep that as a space that's, you know, separate from Facebook, whatever. Because Facebook is unpredictable, to say the least. Should try a different brush pen. Or stick with what we have. Hello, Svetlana. Tutorial about how to draw some fruits. Okay. I could do that. I know there's been a request for like still life type stuff. So I could certainly look into that. Look into doing that. So I appreciate the suggestion. Or would you rather like me do a live stream of, like, I could maybe do a 2-camera setup. I could, because I downloaded was it Open Broadcast Studio. So I'll be able to do two cameras, so I can have one camera looking at the thing, another camera of me drawing the thing or painting it. So that I could do. Sorry about the camera. Oh, my battery's gonna die, so the stream might die. Just letting you know. And if the stream dies, we're done. But yeah, like I said, if you want to support what I'm doing, the best way I think for you guys is, oh, there we go. Let me switch out the camera. There we go. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Like I said, I'm trying to save up for a better setup that will help me do live streams. So hopefully I can get there. But if you do want to support, just feel free to head to my store, sketchday.com/store. If there's something you're interested in, there's also t-shirts available on Teespring. I believe it's under the shop tab on the YouTube channel. But the best way is definitely the website, because I actually don't have to split the revenue with anyone. Okay, these are the crazy eyebrows you guys wanted on this thing. So yeah, definitely check that out. But if purchasing something's not in the cards for you, there's always just doing what you are doing now. Just watch the videos, share, like, comment. All of that helps me. So I appreciate all that you do. And regardless, I'm not going to stop doing what I do, but I do appreciate the support. To be made into a Muppet. I don't know about that. It'd be a scary Muppet for kids. This is definitely not something that will be on YouTube Kids. At least I hope not. It's the stuff of nightmares, really. Toilet monster. Like, I wouldn't have thought of this. Thank you so much. This is so cool. Definitely appreciate the suggestions. Let's get some lines in here. Thankfully, the toilet's white, so I'm not going to do much to it, besides pulling out some of these details as we go. I think what I need to get for the camera is one of those constant power delivery things where you plug it into the camera and it's like actually plugged in to the wall, and then that way it won't cut out, at least when the battery dies. The other cutting out is a whole other thing entirely, so I need to do a little bit of research and kind of figure out what works there, but eventually perhaps. So again, if you're just joining or you have no idea what I'm doing, it's the last time I'll mention this, at least on this stream. So every year I try to do a couple times, at least last year I did it once. This year I'm going to try and do it at least 2, maybe 3 times. But I'm trying to finish 500 sheets of paper in a month. This was challenge number 1. And so today I felt like sketching some robots and monsters and all of that. So the other cutout could be your internet upload speed. Oh, yeah. I also I'm going to hook up to Ethernet. This is over Wi-Fi right now, so just bear with me. It'll get better. But yeah, I like to try and finish 500 pages. And the reason for that is just pure practice. And, if I tell people about it, then it makes it more of a commitment, and I kind of have to do it. So I've laid it out there, told everyone I'm doing it, and so now I'm like, well, no excuses, no excuses. Every day I've just got to do a little bit to get it done. So I thought, why not hang out with you guys and sketch a little bit? So appreciate you being here, hanging with me. Even if you couldn't hang the whole time, that's totally fine. It just means a lot. So, all right, let me color in this guy a little bit more, and I think I'll call it good. I also want to give some dimension, so I'm going to try and go a little bit darker in some spots on the outside perimeter, just to give it like a coarse shadow almost. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check out my video about shading or rendering a cylinder, and you'll know what I mean. But just backing off the edge a little bit and kind of reapplying the marker here. I may throw some gray on top, see if that'll help as well. So yeah, because it's a cheaper marker. And I can just hit the outside here, like so. Maybe where some of these folds are as well. That jellyfish ship was such a good idea. Thank you. Really turned out great. So appreciate that. And we've got the mouth. So someone had requested, if you're wondering what I'm doing, a toilet monster with or was it toilet robot toilet? I don't remember, but anyhow, we're just having fun here. So thanks again for the suggestion. So I'm randomizing my marker stroke in this area just to give it some texture, and then as I approach the perimeter, keeping that a little bit lighter, but we'll go just a little darker through the side. Yeah, there we go. What would Bob Ross say? Happy little monster? Happy little monster. See, jellyfish are one of the immortal animals that we have on Earth, so they're pretty cool. They are pretty cool. So yeah, maybe next time before the stream, I'll have you guys like submit some scribbles, and we can do the scribble game. I'll pick a few. That'd be pretty fun. But definitely, when I do post these, if you notice that I'm getting ready to stream, you can hit me up with messages beforehand. Give me an idea of what you might want to see, and then I'll at least maybe have some ideas ahead of time, as long as they fit with what I want to do. It's your stream. You can do what you want. Riffing on Miley Cyrus there. And just for good measure, even though water is not blue, but you know, it's kind of a symbol or a convention for that. I'm gonna add a little blue here. Maybe put the theme of the stream in the title. Yeah, today the title was, yeah, I guess you're right. I could have said robots, etc., but it's in the description, or should be the description of the stream. If it's not, then I'll make sure that it is next time. So thanks for that suggestion. Appreciate it. All right, so I'm just gonna wrap this up, call it good. Toilet water is sometimes good. Yeah, maybe there's one of those like freshener things in the toilet. And okay. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging, for real. It was fun. We'll do it again. Definitely subscribe, turn on those alerts. Toilet paper roll. Oh man. It's on the wall here. Good catch. All right. Definitely subscribe, turn on alerts. Peep my store if you want to support me. Keep watching. Appreciate all the love, all that good stuff. If you use Instagram, that's a good way to interact with me as well. I'm there quite a bit. Twitter as well. So yeah. And if I'm super annoying, you let me know, but I don't really care. We're having fun. Okay, guys. Thank you. You take care. I'm going to finish up my sketches for today. Much love. Peace.